This is Scott Elser. I'm a professional EOS implementer. EOS, for those of you who don't know, is the Entrepreneurial Operating System, and it's based on the book Traction, which was written by Gino Wickman. There's a lot of principles in EOS that are really focused on growing businesses and how to scale, but there are many elements of EOS that are even more applicable right now to be applied to your business to make it through the next 30, 60, 90 days and beyond. I wanted to share a couple of those that come out of the book Traction. And if you haven't read it, I do highly recommend, if you're struggling with getting your business operationalized in this environment, that you download the book and do take the opportunity to read Traction by Gino Wickman. So what I wanted to share with you are 5 leadership disciplines that are really critical, and as owners and of businesses and leaders of organizations, really come down to fundamentally what our job is and what our key role is. And those 5 leadership disciplines are these. First, simplify. You're the chief simplification officer in the company. If you think about as businesses grow, complexity increases, and it's really important to strip the complexity out of the business so everybody knows what they need to do and what their role is. It's even more important right now. Everyone's in a state of chaos. The business is, almost everybody's business has been impacted. I could almost say everybody's at this point. And it's really important that you strip out any complexity out of the business so people have a really crystal clear sense of where you're going over the next 90 days, how you're going to get there, and what they need to do it. You need to delegate. I've lived through a couple of crises like this before as a CEO. And frankly, you think you need to put a cape on and be Superman. You don't. You need to really create crystal clear sense of what needs to happen. And you need to delegate tasks very clearly, very definitively, with real sets of deliverables and real expectations for timing. But you need to delegate. You need to lead your team, not dictate to your team. It's critically important. You need to be able to predict. Now, in the EOS world, we talk about predicting as anything greater than 90 days is long-term and anything less than 90 days is short-term. The world's a little different right now. So what you need to really predict is what needs to happen over the next 90 days, because if you make it through these 90 days, that's really going to position you to make it beyond that, whatever that looks like. There's too much uncertainty to plan beyond that. But you need to really predict what needs to happen in the next 30 days, 30 days, 30 days. But you need to be able to predict the things you need to deal with right now and the things that can wait and actually you can deal with on 30-day increments. So it's really taking the EOS process and just consolidating it a little bit so that it's really focused on the immediate term things that need to happen. But if something, you're going to be hit with so many issues, I'm sure you probably are, you need to figure out which ones need to be tackled right now, which ones can wait 30 days, which ones don't need to be tackled at all right now, and really prioritize your time and focus against those things that you're predicting are the most important things right now for the organization to focus on. The fourth is the idea of systemizing. Now, it's probably not the right time to re-engineer your business processes, but what you need to make sure, particularly in an environment where your business has gone from being everybody in the office or most people to everybody being remote and trying to figure it out, how do you want to systemize the business? Are there processes that you need to build to make sure that it's really clear how people are supposed to work together in a world where they're not working the way they used to? You need to systemize your meetings and your meeting schedules, and how are you going to continue to communicate properly? So it's really important that you systemize the things in the business that need to be systemized in this kind of an environment. And the fifth is around structure. And for many businesses, they're going to be impacted both immediately in terms of how do people's roles change, what are people's accountabilities in this crisis versus normal times. So you need to make sure those responsibilities are clear and the business has what it needs to be successful at all levels of the leadership team. And that might look different in the short term than it does in the long term. But you also need to look at the business from the perspective of where are you from a cash perspective, where are you from a revenue perspective, and if you have to make some tough decisions or plan around some of those tough decisions, be able to really structure the business around making sure that you're left with the people that are going to bring you forward and can get the things done that need to get done, and that you've emphasized and prioritized the right people in the right seats to take you through the next 90 and to take you forward and make you a successful business when the dust settles here. So those are the 5 leadership principles that are talked about in Traction. I wanted to bring those to you, and if you're in EOS, I wanted to remind you about it. And if you're not using the Entrepreneurial Operating System, Focus on those 5 things, and it's going to help you get through this. Simplify, delegate, predict, systemize, and structure. Thank you very much. If you have any questions or want to talk through any of this or just get some advice or trade notes, my email is scott@thetractionhub.com. That's SCOTT@thetractionhub.com, or you can find our website at thetractionhub.com. We're here to help. Thank you.